Coming up next, we have Chris Rosen. And for all of those of you who are not familiar with Chris, well, allow Jimmy Reefer Cake to provide you with the answer. This is Chris Rosen's old theme song. Here it is.
Christopher Rosen of a movieline.com. Big shot senior editor, eh? Here is your theme song. You sit in a dimly lit room watching movies and you dress like a slob. Jimmy Reefer Cake's got to ask. You said, man, how'd you get that job? I said, how did you get that job?
Now, to be fair, that's not even the updated version, Chris. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Sam. That is a throwback theme.
That's the throwback. Now, we also have this one, I should say. I got another one here that sort of counteracted that.
Right.
I said, me, I'm on Chris Rosen's side. Sammy, would you stop making fun of the guy? Me, I'm on Chris Rosen's side. You can find the man at movieline.com.
Wow, that was actually the sort of the rebuttal to
right.
But we had the
wrong.
amended one. Yeah, was the amended one.
Christopher Rosen of a movieline.com.
That makes it movie phone.
Big shot senior editor, eh?
Vertical entertainment.
Here is your theme song. You sit in a dimly lit room watching movies and you dress like a slob.
I'm actually in an office now.
Jimmy Reefer Cake's got to ask. You said, man, how'd you get that job? I said, how did you get that job?
Now, Chris Rosen, none of those have been updated, right?
Nothing has been updated. HuffPost Entertainment is my home now.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Chris. That was really great to talk to you.
Oh, thanks, Sam. It was good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Good catching up.
So, Chris Rosen, has it really been a year since you've been on this program?
I feel like it might have been, yeah. I mean, you don't invite me anymore. You don't send me flowers.
Huge oversight.
It's over.
Well, I wanted to invite you back today because, A, it's Valentine's Day.
Right.
And this is my way of sending you flowers.
Right.
B, the Oscars are coming up. We're going to be on vacation next week, and there's a chance that I won't be around the following Friday. And so this would be the last chance to do that. And I ran into our friend Lauren on the train the other day. Mm-hmm. Lauren, who used to be, longtime listeners will know that Lauren used to be the producer of the Seder on Sundays program and on the Sam Seder in the Mornings program. And she told me that I have reason to congratulate you.
Yes, I'm getting married, Sam.
Oh, my God.
I know.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. Spells, I guess.
Now,
spells and sorcery.
My understanding is you're marrying spells and sorcery. You're marrying your longtime girlfriend.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to say her name or not. I know.
Case. We can say. I'll say Case. That's fine. First name.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to necessarily embarrass her by giving her last name. But my understanding, which I didn't know, is that you guys met while she was working at Air America. But
Air
I don't even know if work is the right. She was interning.
She was interning at Air America, but she did a lot of work. She probably did more work than me.
Well, but that's not really what I'm saying. I'm talking about.
It is like, she wasn't my intern.
Really?
She was an intern.
Really?
Why would I have an intern, Sam?
Well, I don't know. Was she working on the show that you were working on?
No, she was on the website.
I mean, there's a lot of I don't know how appropriate that is, frankly.
I mean, I think we're kind of well past that, don't you? Well, who's gonna care?
Well, I don't. Don't make me call Mark Green. And
yeah, they'll sue me for a severance. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like you're making a little distinction without a difference here, buddy.
I don't know what those words mean.
I know. I know you don't. I know you don't. So now, Chris Rosen, what are you doing at Huffington Post? I mean,
I'm the senior entertainment editor.
Wait, you're the senior entertainment editor?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who work at the entertainment team. We have a huge team, very very successful section.
Are you
in charge? No.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Please. Come on.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, I didn't. That would have been. So you're not managing anybody. You're just the senior entertainment editor because there's no junior entertainment editors.
Not yet.
Okay. So that's in the offing. How long have you been the senior entertainment editor?
Oh, I don't know, about maybe a few months. The titles change, a few times, but I've been on the entertainment team for over a year. So that's
I see. And so that's how they give you the senior title?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you didn't ask? You just got the...
You don't want to question those things, Sam.
There are people who are really upset. I'm getting IMs that you're verified on Twitter.
Are you verified, Sam?
No, I'm not verified. I don't.
No?
I would not accept verification.
I'm surprised. I mean, you would not accept. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good line. You would not accept verification, right?
But senior entertainment editor, I worked at a Chinese restaurant back in the day in Somerville. And because I was the only waiter there and I was the only person who spoke English at the time, I appointed myself to be day manager. I got to say that sounds a little bit about like what you got going on over there.
No. Come on.
Are people aware that you're referring to yourself as senior entertainment editor?
I'm not. You are. I'm just as my little bio or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't walk around being like, I'm senior entertainment editor. Here's my card.
Yeah. Now, the people are asking me, like, why does Twitter verification? Because we wouldn't want people to parody your account. Are you there?
I mean, I'm here.
What are you doing?
I was trying to think of something pithy. No, I'm not drinking. I was trying to think of something pithy, and I just couldn't.
Right. Oh, that makes me feel sad. Of course you can.
Think of something pithy? Yeah, I'm sure.
Come on. All right, let's get down to brass tacks here, all right? I mean, I've got a hold of the senior entertainment editor of Huffington Post. I'm not going to waste my time on this mishigas.
Right. I mean, at least not until you're verified on Twitter.
That's right. Now, what's going on? Have they already come out with the Oscar nominations or what?
Yes, of course they have, Sam. They came out like last month. Okay. Come on, you have to know that. You host a news show. You have to know these things.
I assume that they had. I wasn't sure if they were waiting till the last minute. No, I mean okay. No, they have.
So the voting, they have, and the voting starts today and it goes to next week to the 25th, basically.
Oh, so
and then the Oscars are held, or 2 weeks, I guess it is, 25th, and then the Oscars are held March 2nd.
Oh, so we may be influencing the vote in some way.
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. We have that kind of power.
All right. So let's just stay with the big movies, all right?
Right. What have you seen, Sam? Because I know you don't get out much.
Well, I don't know what the nominees are. I neglected to pull those.
You didn't even prepare? Ugh.
I mean, my producers theoretically.
What's your laughing Muppet? Your laughing Muppet should have told you. I forget his name. Matt?
Wow, you remembered my name. I feel honored.
Wow. The laughing Muppet. All right. There we go. So, all right. Why don't we go through them? Why don't you tell us what are there? And
I actually thought it would be funnier if Sam didn't know, frankly. This is Michael.
Hey, Michael.
How you doing? Go ahead.
Pretty good.
You guys really get along.
Well, let's see. I'll go through the nominees alphabetical order, Sam. You tell me what you think you've seen or what you heard of.
Okay.
For American Hustle, Best Picture nominee.
Seen it. It. I saw it on a screener, and part of it was shot in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it was. Did you like it?
The museum. They shot at the Worcester Art Museum. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Let's get the list down, and then we can go through them.
Okay. Captain Phillips also nominated for Best Picture.
I have that screener. I didn't watch it. I figured I saw it when he did that FedEx movie.
Who do you
It's
know at
actually
Sony
pretty
that's
good.
sending you these screeners?
I'm in SAG.
Oh, yeah. Do you vote then? Did you vote for SAG Awards?
Yeah.
God help us if you did.
I did, but that's the only way that you can get the screeners. So
Okay. Oh,
I just go on and I just pick the person.
Pick your favorites.
Yeah.
You're like, where's Michael Ian Black? Why isn't he on here?
Right. Exactly. I voted for him. I wrote him in on everything.
Dallas Buyers Club, also Best Picture nominee.
Have the screener. Haven't seen it.
Gravity.
Don't have the screener. Haven't seen it.
Her. Spike Jonze's Her.
What? Her?
The one with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson's voice.
Hadn't even heard of it. Okay, so Her.
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Yes.
That's by that guy who did Election, right?
Yes.
Haven't seen that. What else we got?
Philomena.
Philomena. Are you making these up?
No.
Okay, Philomena. Who's that? Is that the Coen brothers?
No, it's not. It's Stephen Frears. It's the one with Judi Dench and what's his face?
No, I didn't like her in the Bond movies. Would not watch that. Okay.
Steve Coogan. And then 12 Years a Slave, which I'm sure you've heard of.
I've heard of. I have the screener. I have not seen it.
And then The Wolf of Wall Street is the last one.
Oh wow, Wolf of Wall Street. So the Coen brothers got shut out, huh?
Yeah, is that the only movie you saw this year? Inside
No, I didn't see that. I heard about that one. So okay, wow. Is this how many they usually do? It seems like so many movies.
There's 9. It is anywhere between 5 and 10. So in the last few years have been 9.
And so was this must have been a great movie year.
It was a great movie year. All these movies were great. I mean, honestly, there's really not one of those movies was actually bad for once.
All right.
The worst of those movies, I would say, to me, was Dallas Buyers Club, which I thought was pretty not great. But even that, you're like, okay, at least they're really good in it.
I thought I had seen some of these movies. I guess I didn't. But I mean, I guess the only one I've seen is American Hustle. But with that said, John Ridley, I worked for John Ridley on Fox's The Show. And he's the guy who wrote 12 Years a Slave, but I would not vote for that because he was anti-union with the WGA strike. So it still may be a good movie, but I just wasn't going to give him the vote.
Oh, well, he actually wasn't even nominated for WGA because of that. So
really?
His script wasn't even eligible at the WGA Awards. Interestingly enough.
Oh, all right. Well, so
but it was nominated for an Oscar, and it will probably win an Oscar.
All right, so let's go down the list here. American Hustle.
Well, okay.
What did you think of that
Hustle,
movie?
I loved American Hustle. I thought it was really funny.
Huh.
People don't like it. It's the polarizing film, in quotes. But I thought it was really funny. Everyone in it is really good. Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper's hilarious. You know, I love David O. Russell movies.
I watched that with Nikki. We both liked it. And then I talked to I was talking to Richard Kind, who's an actor in many movies. He thought it was muddled. Same thing from my buddy Brad Anderson, a director. He thought it was muddled. I don't know. I got the whole thing.
I didn't think it was muddled either, and I also thought those kind of critiques were silly because who cares? It's not really about that. The story is secondary to the performances and the characters.
I don't feel comfortable knowing just one movie on this list and agreeing with you on it.
I cannot believe you have not seen 12 Years a Slave. That's actually shocking to me.
I got the DVD. I just haven't had a
chance. Well, put it on.
Dude, are you aware I had another child? You're not even aware of that.
So what? The kids go to bed early. Put it on.
Oh no, you don't know. You don't know what's going on. I can't. Are you guys planning to have kids?
Oh yeah.
Is the state going to allow that?
Maybe.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I hope you have triplets. All right.
So anyway, yeah, American Hustle was great.
Okay.
Basically, here's all you have to know. Since I'm not going to go through all these movies with you. You haven't even seen them. But here's basically it.
Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips
Isn't that
good, but it's not going to win.
When he played the FedEx guy?
Wait,
no, that's Castaway, you dumbass. Castaway, not Captain Phillips. A different movie.
All right, but it's
no,
he
I have
looks
a question.
like he's got the same scruffy
I have a
beard.
question about Captain Phillips because I did see it and I liked it. It was a good movie, but maybe this is in the theme of this show. Just even visually, it's kind of a right-wing movie, right?
I don't think it was a right-wing movie.
You don't
I've
think
seen
so?
that critique of it, but I thought it was basically presenting what happened, and then you draw your own kind of opinion on how you feel the American military complex handled that situation.
I don't even object to that at all per se, knowing the story, and it's terrifying what happened to him. But I'm just saying we're at a point now in action movies where like the visual is this little tiny lifeboat that Captain Phillips is on with these Somali guys, and then like this massive aircraft carrier and like the whole weight of like the world's most powerful military. It just seemed kind of bizarre, just even visually. I'm not even talking
spoiler
about
alert or what?
What?
Spoiler.
I mean, it's not a spoiler alert. This thing
It's
happened.
not a spoiler.
Like,
That's why it happens early on in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
I see what
I
you're
was
saying, but
wondering,
I
you think that's
that's
reading
like-
too much into it?
I think it is. I think you could look at it the other way and be like, wow, look how ridiculous it is that we put this much, that this is the American military. This is how we responded to a situation like this. And, the way that Paul Greengrass, who directed it, he also directed United 93, which I think Sam likes. But maybe I remember that wrong.
I didn't see that. That was the.
But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
And I think the way he does things, it like kind of lets you draw your own conclusions, let's say. And the way he presents the Somali pirates is in a way that they're not actually demonized, which I thought was really nice, or, at least an interesting way to go, and not necessarily like what you would have seen from a typical Hollywood blockbuster about this story, where, they would be clearly the villains and over-the-top evil, and you just couldn't wait for them to get killed. And here it's like you get to know the pirates, and you understand where they're coming from, and that kind of like puts everything into like a gray area that, I think is tricky for audiences to like. A lot of the movies this year are like that, which is, kind of fun, but also causes problems for some audiences.
All right. Well, let's. That's like a. What was that? What was that movie? The Gray Lion. That movie with Brando about the Germans. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, of course not. All right. It's a incredibly famous movie, but there's no reason for the senior
Was the Lego
entertainment
movie good?
editor of the Huffington Post to know that. You'd have to be the executive senior, probably. Dallas
Right.
Buyers Club. So you didn't like this? I've heard good things about that.
It's okay. I mean, like, Matthew McConaughey is really good in it. He's probably going to win Best Actor. Jared Leto is going to probably win Best Supporting Actor for their roles in this film. But I just thought the script was a little like movie of the weekish, and I don't know. I think there's a lot out there about whether or not the guy who, do you know the story?
No, vaguely. It's about getting drugs in, right? It's about what is it?
So it's about this guy Ron Woodruff, who was like in the 80s was like a hustler kind of guy, and he ends up becoming infected with HIV because of all his promiscuous sex and needle use, and he's a heterosexual male. And then he basically fights the system, and the story shows him basically helping all these AIDS affected homosexual men and homosexual women and transgender women and stuff like that. And the real story is he might have actually been bisexual, and he wasn't actually homophobic, which is how the film portrays him as, which gives Matthew McConaughey this great arc to play, because he goes from being a totally intolerant jerk to understanding the plight of other cultures and other stuff like that. And I kind of think it's not necessarily genuine, but it's a nice movie, and the story is a little movie of the weekish, and it's fine. But Matthew McConaughey's really, really good. He lost 50 pounds for the role.
Wow, yeah, that you should get an Oscar.
When that
just for
happens, they usually win. Right.
I didn't get an Oscar when Marin and I did our competition to lose weight, but whatever. The Academy overlooked that. Let's go to Gravity. What?
Gravity is great. Did you see Gravity?
No, but I'll go.
Oh man, that movie is killer.
That's on my list. It's got to be on a big
So
screen,
good.
though, right?
Yeah, probably big screen would help. I mean, it's so good. It's Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Children of Men, which is a great movie you probably haven't seen. And Sandra
Children of
Bullock
Men,
plays an
I think I did
astronaut.
see.
She gets lost in space,
Yeah, I did see
basically
Children of
through a series of accidents, and it's just really, really, really good.
What about
So
her?
incredibly intense. Her is all right. I mean, it's Spike Jonze, who directed all those movies, Adaptation, Being John Malkovich, Where the Wild Things Are. And it's kind of about a guy who falls in love with his computer operating system, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. So it's kind of they feel like it's of the moment, let's say, because of how reliant we are on technology.
Does
But
the operating system support the occupation? I'm sorry.
Let's go to Nebraska.
Nebraska, Alexander Payne, you rightly knew, directed Election.
That's
It's
right.
about an old man played by Bruce Dern who is in the throes of dementia and thinks he won a Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, so he travels from Montana to Nebraska with his son, who's played by Will Forte, and that's basically the whole movie.
Okay, that sounds interesting. What did you
It
think?
was okay. I liked it. It's all right. It's a little bleak. It's black and white, but that's not
Oh,
why
yeah,
it's bleak.
forget
I
about
mean, it's just like it's about old people getting old and how you react to your father and mother when they're old and stuff.
The Young Lions also was in black and white. You should check that out. I know you won't because it's black and white. Philomena. What is that?
Filming is great, as shocking as that is. It's based on a true story about this woman, Philomena Lee, who, when she was a kid, had a child out of wedlock in a Magdalene Laundry in Ireland, and they basically just took her child away and put it up for adoption without telling her. And she lost her son then for 50 years. And like 50 years later, this journalist, Martin Sixsmith, just hears her story and decides to try to go find her son with her. And they, the whole thing it's like a mystery about what happened to her son. And I don't want to spoil it for you, even though it's a true story, but it takes a lot of twists and turns that you're really not expecting.
I'll
it's
tell you
really
something.
good.
Judi Dench, I didn't like her as Q or M in the Bond movies, so I'm not going to watch that one. No.
Okay.
Forget it.
Well, she's actually really good in it, and it's really funny.
12 Years a Slave, I've heard a lot about it, so,
I cannot believe you haven't seen 12 Years a Slave.
Dude, I don't get out.
I know, but just watch it. It's like the most important movie of the entire year.
All right.
People have been talking about it for so long.
Okay.
Rosen learned what slavery was.
Was that? You wouldn't believe what Matt just said about you.
I heard Matt.
What about Wolf of
Stupid.
Wall Street? What about that? Is that good?
That's amazing. Wolf of Wall Street is great. It has no chance of winning, but it's really, really good. Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio.
What
It's
was
about-
your favorite movie of the year, Chris Rosen?
It's a toss-up, probably Gravity, but also Wolf of Wall Street and American Hustle were very good as well.
All right, so those are your three top favorite movies. Which one do you think is going to win the Oscar?
I think 12 Years a Slave is going to win. A lot of people think Gravity might win because it has the most Gravity had 10 nominations, along with American Hustle. 12 Years a Slave have 9 nominations. Gravity is going to win a lot of technical awards because of all the cinematography and the visual effects and the sound effects and the score. So it's going to win like 5 or 6 Oscars. A lot of people, and it might win Best Director also. So it might end up winning, like a lot of Oscars. People think that means Best Picture, but I still think 12 Years a Slave is going to win Best Picture.
Okay, what do you do on a daily basis?
I do all kinds of work, Sam. I'm taking a large portion of my day out to talk to you about this stuff.
No, I know, but I'm just curious. Like, what is it that now? Are you reviewing movies now, or what?
No, I don't review movies. I do interviews. I do features. I do a lot of editing. We do a lot of news stories.
Who's the last person you interviewed?
Did you interview Leo
Leonardo
DiCaprio?
I did not interview Leonardo DiCaprio. I interviewed somebody recently, and I just forgot who it is already.
Now,
but I do interviews a lot. I mean, when you do so many interviews,
forgot who you interviewed?
Yeah, when you do so many interviews, you kind of lose track.
All right, fair enough. When was
That's
it?
a fair point.
When was it?
Probably last week.
Probably last week. You
Yeah,
lose
it was
track of
last week.
time
You know
too,
what?
I guess. Now let me
Yeah,
ask you
it's
this:
tough.
did you break this story about Leonardo DiCaprio's pretty atrocious voice kept him out of Moulin Rouge?
I didn't break that story, but we picked that up from Variety, who had a very lovely feature on Leonardo DiCaprio, and we wrote it about it.
I see. That's the. Wait a second.
That's how aggregation works.
You said this Oscar season is so boring. You wrote.
It is so boring.
Why?
Oh my God, it's been going on forever. These movies have been out for 6-7 months. 12 Years a Slave premiered in September. This is February 14th. We're still talking about it. Same with Gravity.
But
It's
wait,
just a long
isn't
season.
that how it
I really
always
think
works?
They should do that. This year was longer because of the Olympics. Last year, the Oscars was actually on like the 24th, I think. And this year, because of the Olympics, they pushed everything back into March. So that means you're going for Oscars in March, which is 2 months after the end of the year. It's just like, who cares at this point? We're beyond 2013 movies. I just think it should be earlier. But I guess they can't do that because everyone has to vote, and there's a whole big campaigning process, and then, there's the nominations, and then all these things.
Wow. So you really.
So it's a little exhausting. But this was a great year for movies, which is nice, which makes it, worthwhile, I feel like. There was really, no matter what wins Best Picture, a great movie is going to win Best Picture, whether it's 12 Years a Slave, whether it's Gravity, whether it's American Hustle, which I don't think is going to happen. But all those movies are really great. This is just a good year.
Let me ask you this: do you get asked on to HuffPost Live? Like, do they when they?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, so you're interviewed on HuffPost Live all the time about movies?
And not an interview. It's like I'm a panelist or whatever.
Yeah.
Featured guest.
A featured
like an
guest. What else? Who?
I don't know. I don't know what you would call it.
Wow. And they keep asking you back.
Oh yeah. I have a very good relationship with a lot of the hosts. With Ricky Camilleri, who hosts down there.
What's the, so you're in the same building? Is that it?
Yeah, we're in the same building.
All right. So what's next for Chris Rosen? What can we expect in 2014 in movies?
Oh, a lot of. I hope as much good stuff as we had this year, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty bleak because all the good directors have already released their movies. The last 2 years we've seen movies from Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese. All the good directors have put out stuff. So this year we'll have to see what happens, and if there's any good stuff.
What about Darren
that comes out.
Aronofsky's movie? What's
Noah? Yeah,
what's
that
the
looks
buzz
insane.
what's the buzz on the street
It's
about that?
supposedly, it's kind of crazy. I think they had a little. Him and the studio were differing on opinions of the cut of the film, and they were trying to figure out if they wanted to show it to Christian audiences or whatever. But apparently, his cut is going to come out, and it looks ridiculous to me. But I mean, I'll trust Darren Aronofsky. He's a good director.
Wait a second. So it's about the story of Noah.
Yes.
All right.
So when they were test screening it, they did like a bunch of different versions. They had a bunch of different versions. Maybe some that I don't know this, but I'm assuming if they're showing different versions of the film to test audiences, some that are going to lean harder on the religious aspect, some that are going to lean harder on the non-religious aspect or the action aspect or whatever they're doing with the story.
All right.
But it looks interesting. Russell Crowe plays Noah. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Russell Crowe.
I don't know. I don't know about you.
Wait, which one's Russell Crowe? The guy from Gladiator.
Being serious? Okay, yes,
Right,
Gladiator.
okay. Yeah,
There you
no,
go.
I know. Of
You're on
course I
safe
know who
shores
Russell
there,
Crowe
buddy.
is. I get confused. There's a lot of Russells. Show business these days, it seems like.
Russell Brand.
Yeah. So what else? What else can we talk about?
I don't know, Sam. What else? What have you been up to for last year?
Just not watching movies, apparently.
Do you watch The
Apparently.
Walking Dead, Chris Rosen?
You watch The Walking Dead?
No, come on.
What?
Thank you.
No.
What about
Could you
what
give
about
him
the
a
release
shofar,
of
please?
what
Could you
about the
give him a
release
shofar?
of a new House of Cards? You gonna watch that?
I do want to watch that, but I have not watched it yet.
You've not watched any of it?
No.
What do you
Highly
do?
overrated,
So you just go to
Chris.
movies, right? You don't watch any TV, is that it?
I've been watching True Detective. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear good things.
That one's good. And
House of
Girls,
Cards.
love Girls, and Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
The basics. Basic building blocks of TV.
All right. Well, Chris, so your guess is going to be what you said, 12 Years a Slave?
Yeah, 12 Years a Slave. I would be, let's say I wouldn't be shocked if it loses, but I have a hard time believing it will lose.
And who's going to be Best Actor and Actress?
Matthew McConaughey and Kate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine.
All right. There we have it.
But you should really watch 12 Years a Slave. Of all those movies, I think you would like it the most, and I think you would get a lot out of it.
All right. Well, I will do that. Chris Rosen, always a pleasure. We will talk to you in a year.
Sam, talk to you next year.
Wait. When
Stay
are the
well.
Golden Globes?
That happened already. You missed it.
Shoot. Well, then we'll get you maybe earlier next year for the Golden Globes. What's the next big thing to come up after the Oscars?
Nothing, thank God. Maybe the Emmys in September or the Tonys. I mean,
No, I don't think we'll do that.
no,
All right,
probably
buddy.
not. All right, Sam. Have a
Well,
good
when you get married?
one. July.
All right. Well, so what
Look for your invite.
what date should I save?
I'll tell you offline, but you can look for the invite in the mail.
All right. Well, let me give you this. I am congratulations. Give you a little shofar to announce your wedding. You've already proposed, right? I mean, Case has already said yes.
Well, he's gone.
He left. Chris, are you there? Did he go? Wow. Did he hang up on me? There you have it. Wow. That was
He needed to go get a piece from Variety to post.
that was a
headline
little
from.
abrupt. That was a little abrupt. Well, all right. So, I mean, I'm going to assume she said yes already.
I think you kind of rained on him the whole time, maybe even more than usual.
What do you mean?
Well, let's see. You started with being shocked that he could get married.
Well, I mean,
then
that's
the
not
intern thing.
that's
And then
not.
I don't know. He seemed actually a little bit less. I don't know what the right word is. A little bit less exuberant than the Rosen I've heard in the past.
Yeah,
He seemed a little bit like, yeah, it's Oscar season.
Yeah,
12 Years a
there was
Slave will
definitely
change your life. Whatever.
There was definitely there was a slight. He seems a little bit disappointed in the. The movies are good, but there's not the. It doesn't sound like there's the controversy that he needs. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't want to get into this, but I would think with the Woody Allen thing alone, there would be enough controversy to go around.
Right.
How will that
Woody
affect...
Allen wasn't.
No, but a lot of people are saying that that's going to affect Kate Blanchett's nomination, or I mean, not her nomination, but her winning for Blue Jasmine. There's there's some of that going on.
Wow.
Maybe he's getting married. Maybe it's time to put away childish things.
That's right. That's right.